Hey YouTube, it's Nora, and I'm back today with a more formal video, which is going to be my Ariana Grande Dangerous Woman tour experience. So for those who don't know or who are new to my channel or haven't seen my previous videos, I also went to the honeymoon tour, which was the previous tour that Ariana has done, and as soon as she released that she was going on the Dangerous Woman tour, I knew I had to get tickets. I knew that I wanted to go. I love her so much, and there was nothing that was going to stop me from going to this tour. So when I went to the honeymoon tour, when tickets went on sale, I didn't right off buy them, but I bought them a few weeks after just to see what were the tickets, where the stage was going to be. I kind of wanted to test and see how much each ticket were going to go down and what the prices were going to be, and I had great seats. And I knew this tour I wanted the same exact ones. I don't like being on the floor because I'm shorter than life and I just can't see the stage, or I can't reach unless I was literally the first seat next to the stage. So on this tour, I had no money when the pre-sale came out again, typical college student, and I was like, you know what, I'll wait till next time. I knew the prices went down miraculously, but this time it seemed that they just weren't going down at all. They did right before the concert happened, which I could have waited till then, but I wanted to know and have the solidity of the tickets to know that I was actually going to go. So I looked at the same section. I either wanted the same section on either side, same first row, but all of them were sold out, and that really was annoying. So I was like, well, maybe the second section, because that would also work, because this time the stage came out farther. So I personally bought one ticket for myself, first row, the second section out from like the beginning of the stage, and it was a actual backstage gold merch package. Because my package was the backstage gold merch package, it actually came with like a merch bag that you would get after the concert. Commonly given out like at meet and greets and stuff. I got practically the same exact bag for the Fifth Army one, and I'll show you guys what I got in that right now. 2 weeks after the concert actually happened, I finally got the merch bag, and as you can see, I got this hat, and I believe it says 2017 in the back. So on the hat, as you can see as a close-up, I have the Dangerous Woman Tour bunny ears that come on the album, and then it gives you a fox pin because that's another one of her kind of lyrics. And on to what else I got. And I got the Ari by Ariana Grande lotion. I have the perfume, but I never got the lotion. I got a different like merch bundle for Christmas from Macy's. So I was really excited when I got this because I actually really super wanted this. And then the last thing that came in the whole pack was this Dangerous Woman Tour bag, and it says Ariana Grande on the back. It's just a little tote bag. I don't know what I'm going to do with it because I don't really use tote bags, but I think it's pretty cute. I'm just excited that I got it. Because of the merch bag that I got from backstage, I had a crowd-free merchandise shopping pass that I could have gone into the venue an hour before other people got in, but I didn't care for that because you have a bunch of time, even when they let you in at like regular time before you actually had to be at your seat and the show starts. So my mom and I just arrived on time, and I posted on Facebook that I was going, and my friend from camp actually said to me, hey, I'm going too, and I hadn't seen her in a year. So once we got into the venue, which didn't take long at all, we got to our seats. The only thing that was kind of off at this concert was that security didn't care. Security was letting people walk in different sections. They did not check my ticket once the whole time that I was there. And I left a few times and like went to the bathroom. They let my friend walk from one side of the arena down across the floor to my side, and that was also a bit off. The other funny thing was when we were getting water that we had to get it in just regular cups. We couldn't actually have a bottle or a top to them because it turns out that was by Ari's request, and that she apparently at some other tour stop had gotten hit by a bottle, and to her it hurts less. Well, it makes sense that it hurts less to get hit by a cup rather than a whole bottle of water. So no one had any bottles of water. We just had these weird cups of water that could be spilled at any moment, which was a little sketchy, but it was at Ari's request. Once I got to my actual seat, I personally had bought my seat alone, and there was another girl next to me who did the same thing. So we actually became good friends. And that was really fun, and I love meeting friends at concerts because you're all there for the same reason. You all have the same love, you all have the same passion. That was just really fun to meet someone else, and that's what typically happens, but you never know. All concerts are different, and you never know who's going to be next to you. Also, side note, my parents don't like to let me drive anywhere, and my car that I usually typically drive was having brake problems. So my mom also bought a floor seat, which was closer to Ariana, but she couldn't see as well. So she also went to the concert, and she was like right, almost actually directly in front of where I was sitting, just obviously on the floor. So I wasn't alone. I had gone with someone else. She drove me, just different seats. After I settled in, I had my shirt, I had a pretzel to eat, like one of the big ones that are baked and cooked and whatever. I had my water, I made my friend, I had my seat. Victoria Monet came out, and last time I actually saw Victoria Monet was at the same exact arena for the Fifth Army meet and greet, so it was kind of cool to see her again. I'm not a huge fan of her, but I do think she's a good performer, and I enjoyed her performance. And then after that was where I lost it. I got very, very mad right before the concert. Those who don't know, Little Mix was supposed to be performing after Victoria Monet, and at the previous tour, which like the honeymoon tour, Ari had like a local performer come out before Prince Royce, so I thought, you know, time's kind of going on, maybe she's gonna have a local performer come out, maybe they just were late and they're gonna perform after Victoria, because this girl named Bia and this DJ came out and they started doing their whole thing. Turns out Bia is working on a project with Ariana and was actually from Boston and was local. And they performed, and it was like getting to like 8:30. Ariana's supposed to come on at 9, and I was like, well, Little Mix isn't gonna have any time to perform. And I had waited to see Little Mix forever. I wanted to see them on the North American tour. They canceled it. So the fact that they were just on this tour was also like an extra bonus, and I probably wouldn't have paid as much as I did for my ticket if they had not been on like the lineup. And I was like, there's not gonna have any time to perform, but I really, really wanted to see them. So I looked it up on Twitter. Turns out Little Mix decided that they were going to cancel on the whole Manchester, New Hampshire tour date. I believe the reasoning was because they had the Brit Awards coming up in England and they probably had to get fitted for something. But I felt like I was so left down because I literally had wanted to see them so badly, and none of the people at the venue, no one decided to tell anyone, not even Ari, not Ticketmaster, no one notified any of the fans that Little Mix didn't show up. And it kind of made me almost want a refund because I did not like Bia at all. She was she was probably my least favorite performer I've seen. She kind of did this like rapping that just wasn't so good, and you couldn't really hear her, and the DJ was a bit obnoxious. And overall, I just had wished that Little Mix had showed up because it would have just made the night so much better. Because I wasn't really into Bia and I wasn't really paying attention, some people were like leaving to go get other things because they obviously were not enjoying Bia at all. And this girl walked by me, and it was really dark in the arena because the lights were going, and I thought, oh, she looks like Victoria Monet, but maybe she's not. Maybe she's just with the people that are in front of her. And I was like, I don't have the guts to like say like, hey Victoria, and like what if it was not her and that was just like embarrassing to the person in front of her, or embarrassing to her and embarrassing to me. So I kind of just kept my mouth shut. But after like 2 minutes of Bia still going and doing her thing, Victoria comes back and I realized it was her, but I was like, I don't know. I wasn't trusting myself enough to say like, hey Victoria, can I get a picture with you? And she just walked right past stage, and that was the moment that I knew that I had a chance to say hi to Victoria and get a picture with her, but I blew it because I didn't have the confidence to. And I'm not a huge Victoria Monet performer. I think she's a great performer, but I'm not like a fan of hers. But it still would have been cool to get a picture with her. Still kind of bummed out that I never did. Pretty much after all the craziness of that happening, Ari came out, she did her thing. There were more dancers than last times, more props. She had more intimate moments with the arena where it was just her and she was just belting out the lyrics, and it was just like the notes she hit were just absolutely amazing. I felt she was less interactive with the crowd though. That was one thing that I wasn't happy about because obviously last tour I interacted with her a bunch because of my posters and everything, and I had made posters this tour, and neither her or the dancers really interacted at all, and even Brian and Scott weren't dancing that much, and I know they choreographed the whole thing, but I wish that they'd also danced it. So that was a bit of a bummer, but one of my favorite parts of the whole thing was this like interlude, I want to say, where she had this video of her, and it was her doing like all these like kind of moves just by herself in a studio, and it had all these words in front of her like sexy, confident. One point I had my last name on the screen, which is Divine, know, and it was just, then after all these words, it would say, still not asking for it. And that was a very powerful thing that I think was great for her to share with the whole stadium, kind of the conception about rape, that girls are asking for it because they're showing all these characteristics and like they may be acting sensual and sexual, but they're still not asking for it. And I think I love it when celebrities do that, when they use their platform to kind of educate and promote this, you know, thought to the world that's saying she's still not asking for it, and that's a big issue. And besides all of that, the concert was absolutely great. I loved she used a lot of fire. She also had confetti. Let me go grab it. Confetti at one point popped out of the cannons and everyone was like, oh, this is awesome, like confetti. But it wasn't just regular confetti. It was this Greedy for Love Ariana Grande money. I don't know if you can see that, but I'll focus it later. And it had her on it. All the pieces were the same, so people were just like picking them up and security was getting them to us. So my camera died. I apologize for that. The lighting may be a little off or a little different because I had to wait like half an hour for the battery to charge at least a little bit for me to film. But overall, the concert was great. She also had another moment where she had all these pink balloons go everywhere, and she had this like balloon fight with the audience because people just kept kicking it onto the stage and she just kept hitting it back. So overall, I had a great time. I loved her vocals. I loved seeing her again. I still love Honeymoon Tour a little bit more than Dangerous Woman Tour, just because that was probably my first concert and she talked to me on stage. If you guys haven't seen that video, go check it out. But I always have like a special spot in my heart for Honeymoon Tour and Dangerous Woman Tour, but I still love the Honeymoon one more. So thank you all for watching. If you guys have any comments about the tour or what happened, or you want more explanation, or want to know in reality where I was sitting, or anything really about the tour, just leave a comment down below. I usually get back to you guys within 24 hours. So again, thank you guys for watching. See you next time.